Mushrooms are not only comforting during the cold weather months, they're also nutrient-packed. This mushroom and lima bean stew is full of protein and immune-boosting properties. Super easy to make. Big batch soup, you'll have plenty on hand. Start by heating up a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 onion diced, and 4 cloves of garlic sliced. Onions and garlic are nice and tender, so remove these to a bowl. All the onions are out. We're going to increase the heat to medium-high, add another tablespoon of olive oil, and sear the mushrooms. I'm going to start first with my shiitakes. We'll do this in batches so that we don't overwhelm the pan. The reason we took the onions out is so that they don't become too brown. That's the sound you want to hear. So let those sear and finish slicing up my portobello mushroom. In this recipe, I'm just trimming the stem end, but I'm going to use the stem and the cap. Cut it into about 1-inch size pieces. This stew is going to simmer for almost an hour, so you can stay on the large side. Looks great. First batch of mushrooms are done, nice and golden. We'll transfer these to the bowl. Add 1 more tablespoon olive oil. The remaining mushrooms. Portobellos are looking wonderful. Now I'm going to add everything back into the pot. So our sauteed mushrooms, garlic, shiitakes. Add 2 pounds of butternut squash, 1 bay leaf. These are just cubed into about 1-inch size pieces. It's about 1 medium butternut squash. Give that a good toss. Coat the butternut squash in all this delicious flavors. To that, add 8 cups of low-sodium chicken stock. If you wanted to keep this vegetarian, you could also use vegetable stock. And last but not least, I have 1 cup of dried lima beans that I soaked overnight. They're sort of softened up a bit. If you don't have time to soak them overnight, you can do a quick soak method, which is bringing beans in lots of water to a boil, remove from heat, cover, let it stand for 1 hour, and then you approximate this texture. Bring this mixture to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and let it cook until the beans are tender, about 50 minutes. All right, my mixture is up to a nice rolling boil. Reduce it to a simmer, cover partially, and let it cook until the beans are meltingly tender, about 50 minutes. It's been about an hour, and my soup is delicious, beans are tender, everything's wonderful. Last step is to add half a bunch of kale that I've stemmed and thinly sliced, and this will simmer for about 5 minutes or so. Don't need to cook it that long. To this, add a good pinch of salt and some pepper. So let this simmer, partially covered, until the kale is tender, about 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes, and the kale is nice and tender. Soup smells amazing. Can't wait to give it a try. One of the wonderful things about this soup is that the butternut squash kind of thickens the entire broth, makes it really, really hearty. Smells divine. This is every single thing you need for cold and flu season. Mushrooms, dark leafy greens, hit of protein, dietary fiber. Let's give it a try. Super delicious, hearty, my kind of comfort